You ever catch someone stealing from you in broad daylight? Then watch them call the cops and say, "You're the thief?" Yeah, that happened. I've been delivering mail in this neighborhood for 13 years. Seen it all. Drama over mailbox color, HOA presidents on power trips. But I never thought I'd be part of the headline story. Until Karen Langley held a yard sale with other people's property, including mine. Let me back up a sec. This all started with a wind chime. Not some neon monstrosity, just a little pastel blue piece with painted hummingbirds that hung off my porch. One day, it's gone. I figure maybe wind knocked it down. But then my garden gnome's missing. Then the hose reel. Then the flag off my mailbox. Whole porch just ghosted. I ask Karen, our lovely HOA president, if she's seen anything weird. She gives me this smug smile, hands me a printout of Section 4B, Porch Uniformity Guidelines, and says, "All non-neutral decor must be removed for community aesthetic alignment." Real words. From a woman who once fined a guy for exuberant basil. That week, she's patrolling the neighborhood with a tape measure and a clipboard, like she's Homeland Security for lawn ornaments. She fined Mr. Jenkins for fairy lights on his mailbox. April, not December. April. By Thursday, half the block's been written up for crimes against beige. Then Becca lives across the street, works at the county office, tells me Karen's not just fining people. She's taking stuff. Tessa, a Navy vet 2 houses down, checked her doorbell cam. Karen's on video walking onto her porch, gloved hands, no knock, just grabs the wind chime and walks off like it's policy. Tessa called the cops. They shrugged, said it's a civil matter, and then comes Saturday. Karen's out front with a big ol' yard sale banner, little cash box table, cheap umbrella. And what do I see hanging from a hook? My wind chime, my hose reel. Even the flamingo statue from Mr. Tanaka's yard. And that man's legally blind. There's a woman holding my gnome asking if Karen takes Venmo. Karen says, "We're raising funds for HOA beautification." Beautification, my butt. I snap a few photos. Then I walk up and say, real calm, "Hey, Karen, isn't that my wind chime?" She gives me this Stepford wife smile and says, "It was donated." I ask, "By who?" She waves me off. Mail carriers shouldn't interfere with HOA enforcement. I leave before I lose my cool, but not before watching her shove a flamingo into some lady's trunk, like she's doing a hostage swap. That night, Tessa rolls up to the yard sale, picks up her wind chime and says, "This is mine." Karen grabs it back and screams, "You're stealing from a community fundraiser." Tessa doesn't flinch. She just says, "No, I'm taking back my stolen property." And that's when Karen grabs her phone and calls, dead serious. "Hello, I'm being robbed by a hostile resident," she shrieks. Then she points across the street at me and yells, "He's with her! He's helping her!" I nearly choked on my gum. I deliver mail. That's it. But now I'm part of some porch theft crime ring? Next morning, things go from ridiculous to surreal. Every mailbox has one of those fake, official HOA letters taped to it. Comic Sans, gold sticker, the whole 9 yards, claiming we all voluntarily donated our decor to the HOA Community Beautification Project. My name was on one. Becca's was too. Hers said she donated her doormat. She pulled up ring footage of Karen lifting it at 11:43 p.m. like she was doing a raccoon heist. That's when Becca did something brilliant. She pulled the HOA bylaws from county records. Turns out the entire board had resigned a month ago. Karen wasn't president. She was just some lady with a clipboard and an imagination. She'd been forging everything. Signatures, donation slips, fake meeting notes. The community fundraiser, never voted on. Never real. Then Tyson, A dog walker from the next street over drops the final twist. He has a Great Dane with a collar cam. Long story. And it accidentally caught audio of Karen on speakerphone saying, "The HOA doesn't audit anything. It's just That was it. The proof we needed. We compiled everything. Videos, forged docs, emails, even Karen's bad Photoshop jobs of project reports, and gave them to the county. 2 days later, a plainclothes investigator stops by while I'm sorting mail. Asks if I've ever seen strange packages at Karen's house. I tell him about the unused mulch, stolen lawn decor, the whole shebang. A week later, I get the honor of delivering Karen a cease and desist from the city. Certified mail. She opens it, sees the county seal, and just wilts. Doesn't say a word. Just pulls up her beautification fund sign and walks back inside. But we weren't done. Turns out Karen had applied for not 1, but 3 city grants under the fake HOA. One of them? A federal neighborhood beautification grant for $12,500, supposed to go toward park upgrades. She used it to build a koi pond in her backyard, called it a community meditation garden. The receipts literally listed tranquility curtains and Zen infrastructure. HUD stepped in. Within a week, they're in town. Quiet. No warning. I knew something was up when I delivered a certified envelope to her house, and she didn't answer the door. Next day, boom. Federal agents. 3 unmarked vehicles. Full sting mode. She walks out in her Respect the HOA hoodie and sunglasses. Tries to argue. Starts rambling about morale, infrastructure, and community wellness. They read her the charges. Wire fraud. Misuse of public funds. Forgery. Theft. My favorite? Unauthorized acquisition and redistribution of private property under false authority. Basically, stealing gnomes and calling it governance. She went to trial, represented herself, tried to cross-examine her own testimony, submitted glitter glue newsletters as evidence, claimed her koi pond was a therapeutic zone for stressed neighbors. Jury took less than 2 hours. Guilty. 18 months in county custody, 5 years probation, 40 grand in restitution. And, this is real, permanently banned from serving on any HOA board in the U.S. Her first community service? Power washing graffiti off the park wall, where she once claimed she'd build a tranquility dome. Someone had spray painted, "Karen sucks at koi ponds." Becca made a meme. It went viral. The best part? We turned her koi pond into a herb garden, called it Liberty Patch. A little plaque says, "This used to be a pond of delusion. Now it's where our community grows." So yeah, next time you see someone measuring your wreath or snatching your gnome, maybe take a second look. They might not be decorating. They might be planning a coup. Now I gotta ask, if someone sold your porch decor and called 911 when you took it back, what would you have done? Drop a comment. Let me know where you stand on all this. Ever had an HOA nightmare? Share it. And hey, like, subscribe, and send this to that one neighbor who always has a clipboard. You never know. You might save a wind chime.